Get ready to get ready. Coming to you live from the MFG studios in the heart of America's summer golf capital. We help you play better golf. It's time to get your game on and take it deep. This is the Mike Fay Golf Show. Here's your host, Mike Fay.
Well, good evening, everyone from America's Summer Golf Capital, and welcome to golf's most interactive online show. My name is Mike Fay. I'm the Director of Player Performance here at the Boyne Golf Academy in Northern Michigan, and we are joined by some of America's and Australia's best golf professionals. So I'd like to introduce you to the crew here, and, well, America's, I guess it's Canada, right? We could say Canada for Jay, right? Absolutely.
Australia got to mention.
We did. The
important ones.
So why don't you introduce yourself, gents?
Well, I'll start. I'm Frank Costello. I'm the PGA teaching professional at the St. Clair Golf Club in St. Clair, Michigan. Same state as Mike, only just a little bit lower in the mitten. And I'm also a master PGA professional. And it's great to be on with these esteemed golf professionals from all over the world this evening.
That's awesome. Hey, Jay.
Hey, I'm Jason Hellman, Director of Instruction, Windance Golf Club here in Toronto. 2010 PGA Canada Teacher of the Year and 2016 PGA of Development Award recipient. And great to be on the show with you guys. Just got back from Australia 2 weeks ago. Had a good time down under. Chatting with the PGA of Australia coaches down there and doing a little work. Back here on the podcast.
Well, hey guys, my name's Brent Davis. I'm an Australian PGA professional. I work for the PGA at the moment as the training coordinator and also coach out of the PGA Centre of Learning and Performance. It's always fun down here. As Jason said, we hosted him down here a couple of weeks ago, and with my job I get to get in touch with a whole heap of golfing coaches around the world, but there's none more so than the four or three sitting here with me tonight.
Awesome. Yes. We do make up a good crew here. What you're going to experience tonight is something a little bit different. This is our favorite week of the year, so we break off from what we usually do, which we have a lineup with all kinds of things scheduled going on, but this is Masters Week, and it's a very special week, and we thought that we would discuss what has happened today. A very important day in golf with Tiger Woods winning the Masters. Frank, I want to talk about this with you. I think this, going back in the history of golf, is one of the most important days of golf, besides Jack Nicklaus winning the '86 Masters. His impact in the game of golf and also being able to reach younger kids like he has and throughout his career. You look at it, my daughter is experiencing Tiger Woods for her first time in her life, right? His kids experiencing Tiger Woods for the first time in their life. It really wasn't old enough yet to remember when he won, right? So what is this going to do and impact the game?
Well, I think from a historic value, number one, it does take you back to when Nicklaus won in '86. The difference was, I don't think Nicklaus really expected at that point in time to be in the hunt like that. And when he did get in the hunt, he didn't forget how to win. But one thing I'll say about Tiger is I firmly believe that Tiger felt he would get back into the hunt at some point in time. He felt he's going to win more majors. He proved that today. What it does for the young people today is that, you're right, Mike, it does give them an opportunity to see Tiger and see Tiger playing at the top of his game. A lot of youngsters today have not seen or witnessed that at all. He hasn't won a major in 11 years. He hasn't won a Masters in 14 years. Another thing that I thought that really captured the audience was just the hug of his child at the end of the round. Hugging the son, hugging the daughter. It takes you back 22 years ago to when he won the Masters for the first time, and that hug he gave his dad. I mean, that kind of stuff, if it didn't bring a tear to your eye, I think there's something wrong with you. I mean, anybody that has children has to look at that and just feel the emotion of that win, and the fact that he was able to win and show his children who had never seen him win a major accomplish what he did today. So I think it was a great day for golf. If you've been on social media at any point in time today, it's blowing up. And I mean, it's blowing up with people who probably don't even normally watch golf. And that's another thing I think you have to take into perspective is he's an athlete like Michael Jordan, okay? We don't all play basketball, but everybody liked to watch Michael Jordan play basketball. Not everyone plays golf, but everyone likes to watch Tiger Woods play golf.
Yeah, Jay, let's talk about the Tiger effect, a new word that's come out since he has been more involved in the media, like Frank said, outside of just golfers, but other people tuning in, right?
Yeah, well, there's no question that he moves the needle in golf. I mean, 1,000%. People tune in. That's why even if he's not in contention, they keep showing him on TV because people will watch and they want to see if he's going to make a run at it or something. You know, he was definitely way more calm. There's a couple of things that we noticed. Hopefully, everybody noticed. I mean, him and Mickelson were both chewing gum, and that is apparently supposed to help the frontal cortex to relax, from what I read in some of the posts and stuff. So there's going to be a run on gum. There's going to be some gum sponsors, I think, that are going to be like, you know, Wrigley's right here or whatever, you know. So that was interesting to see that. And there was not a lot of fist pumps. I noticed that. Not a lot of aggressive fist pumps. Like we used to see in the past. He was, you know, not stoic, but definitely a little bit calmer. Just in case that, you know, maybe someone made a run at it. Koepka was pretty close. Had a couple opportunities and missed some of those shorter putts, but you know, he's definitely great for the game. In maybe getting more people to come out to the game and creates the buzz, right? So it's good to see him win again. A lot of people obviously doubted him, overcame all these injuries. Still has a neck injury, I guess, a little bit. It really seemed to affect him this week. So, and he missed a ton of putts on a few of those days. Left a lot out there that he probably could have ran away with the tournament with pretty easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday for sure. Like 3 5-footers.
Well, what wind impact do you think, Brent, that he makes in Australia?
Well, I think it's interesting. You made a good point about the kids starting golf now, haven't seen Tiger in his prime, haven't seen that. So probably a parallel you can draw is maybe with the Queen Bohemian Rhapsody movie. They've now had a spike in album sales. I know in Australia they've got 3 albums in the top 10 at the moment. It's just from that movie. So I think you'll see a run on YouTube and those type of social media sites on Tiger highlights. So people who have seen Tiger in his prime will be showing the kids the highlights from the 2000s when he was at his peak, and I think that's going to be good. I think you'll see these kids try and emulate him and see some of those shots and play some of those shots that he's played out there. But it was interesting. I'm curious on your thoughts on how the course played. It was obviously very soft. It hasn't been that soft for 4 days. I wouldn't have thought ever. There's been certain days where it's played soft, but it certainly played soft for the whole week, which was interesting to see how the different shots played as opposed to what they have played in the past over the years. Any thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, they all said it was pretty gettable. I think I saw 3 or 4 interviews, and both Saturday, Sunday were fairly soft conditions, and obviously they had some rain and stuff. They can't really, you know, account for all those things, but they got the however many $100,000, you know, systems underneath those greens. They could dry them out if they wanted to, but I don't think that they did. But going back to the junior thing, this is one of my 10-year-olds that I teach sent me a message, and he just put this up there. So turn it sideways, maybe.
Yeah.
Picture of Tiger with the trophy, and he got to see him win. And I actually made a post on Instagram, and pretty much to the same effect as what Frank said there. I'm just trying to look up what I said. What a shot into 16, birdie to go 14 under with a 2-shot lead. Glad the juniors are able to witness/see this. Tiger Woods is unbelievable. So, you know, and then I got a private message from the 10-year-old that said, congratulations, Tiger, you know, with the trophy. So he thought it was cool too. So it's good that they did get to see him in his prime. I mean, maybe not his healthy prime, but he's post, I don't know, maybe it's a second prime.
Yeah, maybe.
Hashtag second prime. There you go.
An older, calmer Tiger. That's a scary thought. If he's fit and healthy and he's in a healthier space in his head, that might be a scary thought for the next few years.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he is in a definitely better mental place. I mean, we see him smile a lot more now than he used to in the past. And you know, I've said this before, and I actually just said it to a parent who's they're from China over here practicing, and life balance is super important, especially at the high level that those guys play at. This particular individual, 16, just getting into the high level stuff, and I stressed that, you know, life balance is real important for him to grow as he moves along in his career. So maybe that's a place where he's at right now, and whether it's a peaceful place or a happy place, obviously it's you know, he's playing better golf, and we see a lot of, you know, players that are in a good place in their personal lives that play really well, and maybe he's, you know, come full circle there.
Could be a playing captain, President's Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very well could be.
Could be. Let's any of you guys out there watching our live stream live right now on YouTube and Periscope and Facebook, we want to know what you think the impact of today's win by Tiger Woods is. Type it in the comments here, and we want to discuss it with you guys live. Brent, you brought up a good point. Golf course was gettable this week. Pretty soft, right? None other than the change in number 5 that I saw that was a huge difference. Tiger Woods bogeyed it all 4 rounds. It was long.
It was just
and a little different.
It was just interesting to see how it played. Obviously, the shots don't feed to some of the pins that they have in the past, so the guys have to adjust. Certain pins are, when it's firm and fast, you can hit it to certain places, and it feeds into those holes. So it was certainly it would have been a challenge as a player to adjust playing strategies and stuff like that as well. So probably firing at more pins than they probably ever have at Augusta was certainly different.
Yeah, there were shots that did not come off of swales like they usually do, right?
Yeah.
There were shots that hung up. There were shots that came in the bowl, some that I thought, you know, one of the big things was guys going for it for shots inside of 100 yards that I saw, because they were going to try and stuff it inside the flagstick and really hit it low with spin. I mean, I don't think you'd ever see that downslope shot that Tiger hit on 13, right? Where he had the side hill downslope shot that was probably, 70 yards, 65, 70 yards, where he hit this low spinning thing in there. For me, it was 15. You know, you would do that. You'd lay back farther away and then hit it up in the air before, right? So, yeah, there were some different shots hit this week, no doubt. What do you think, Frank? The golf course played pretty easy?
Yeah, in my opinion, it played easy. And when you can get on a course like that and fire at pins, like you're saying, I mean, that typically isn't going to happen. So it makes a world of a difference. And it was very evident by the scores.
Yeah, it was a lot less. I don't know. They went for it everywhere. And you could tell today guys were going for it even off the tee, hitting it all over the place today off the tee, right?
Yeah, 364 is yesterday. That's a career record at Augusta, right?
Right.
Yes.
63 is low by Nick Price, but 364s in one day was the career, not career, but I guess historical round of lows. So that was that tells you what they shot 30. Finau shot 30 on the front yesterday. Almost had 29. That was never done in history either. And he had a putt for it on 9 too.
Yes, he did. Shout outs, Mr. Molesky and Mr. Post. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Awesome to have you on. Put in some comments and some questions. That would be awesome. We are talking Masters. My name is Mike Fay. I'm the Director of Player Performance here at the Boyne Golf Academy here in Michigan, and joined by some of the world's best golf professionals. And we're talking all about Masters tonight on the MFG Show. We got Jason Hellman, the PGA of Canada Teacher of the Year and Professional Development winner. And we've got Frank Costella, PGA Master Professional and Rules Official here in Michigan. And from the PGA of Australia, Brent Davis. He's in charge of education. There he is, waving his hands down there. It was awesome to see you. Well, it's snowing tonight here in northern Michigan, believe it or not, and tomorrow's tax day, so hope you guys have all of your taxes done. It is a very busy time, and we're hoping that at some point summer comes here to Michigan. Frank, you got nailed by snow earlier today, a lot more than us, but we're seeing it tonight.
Well, Mike, we got rain down here today.
Oh, you got turned to rain.
Yeah,
good.
it was north of more in the Lansing on up area. So no, we just had rain all day.
All right, yeah. Well, the weather not very good yet. So hopefully at some point,
not at all.
The sun will shine.
Always shining down here, guys.
Yes, always sunny.
I was there 2 weeks ago. It rained on it.
It hasn't been anything but. It's been perfect since you left. So you brought it down and you took it back with you. It's 25 degrees, clear blue skies.
Mr. Hellman claims that he almost got hit by a bolt of lightning a few minutes before we went live, you guys, so please be careful.
The house shook.
He did. The house shook. Very scary.
Quick shout out. We're on shout outs. Quick shout out to Chris Como for all the work he did with Tiger. He's a friend of ours, and no doubt that all of the changes that they made in the consulting coaching world made a huge change in Tiger's game. And probably a little bit to Sean Foley as well for his philosophical outlook on life. I'm sure he passed some of that on to Tiger as well. So just shout out to two of those really great coaches. And
awesome coaches. Yeah, great job, you guys, getting him back together again. That's tough. You're in pain, and it's very, very difficult. And pretty cool to see him come back and win. And there's no doubt, there's a tear in my eye. I was excited for him. I was excited for the game of golf. And like you said, giving the hugs and the kisses to family and stuff like that, that's most important to me. Really cool stuff. Oh, Mr. Post says it's snow in Bay City today. Timmy Crap, hello, my friend from Denver. Let's see. Frank, I think you have a message here on Facebook.
Yeah, from Dan.
Yes, from Dan McNamara.
Oh, from Danny McNamara.
How you doing, Dan?
We used to work together at Catkey Golf Course at Ferris, up at Ferris.
I think winning his 15th major was the toughest, and while I'm not sure he'll beat Jack's record, I think he will beat Slammin' Sammy's record. Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
A few more tour wins under his belt, obviously. People are thinking.
I got a question to you guys. Mike just talked about the recovery of Tiger. You know, that he played in pain for a number of years. And I don't know if you fellows were listening Wednesday evening when Brandel Chambly went off on Brooks Koepka for the weight loss, and then, he's, just the things he was saying. But I get the feeling, this is just my personal opinion, that Brandel Chambly does not care for anybody that does anything from a fitness perspective to try to get themselves either in better shape physically or better shape to play golf. That's just my opinion, but it seems like every time a player gets into some kind of fitness regimen. He's got something to say about it and how it's going to affect their performance on golf. What do you guys think?
Well, if Brandon was talking, I probably wasn't listening.
Well, that tells me everything.
Yeah, I'm one of the 25,000 people that he's blocked, along with some other coaches that are in the world. Yeah, I mean, he's playing his role on Golf Channel, and forget about fitness, Frank. He doesn't even like golf instruction. He doesn't think any of the tour players should have a coach. Like, get out of town.
Yeah, all these guys that are doing fitness and doing this kind of stuff, they're making educated choices. All the information's out there these days. These guys aren't doing it on a whim. They're doing it with scientific basis to all the choices that they're making. So I've got no problem with it. And yeah, I haven't been blocked by Brandel yet, so I managed to avoid that so far.
Good job, Brandel.
I think I unfollowed him on Twitter just so I avoid getting blocked, but it still pops up occasionally in my timeline. So,
oh my, yes, it. There's no doubt. You know, Brooks kept losing weight, definitely helping him. But you look at him; I mean, he's won 3 out of the last 6.
If you watch his drives, on Shot Tracer during the Masters, everything was right down the middle. Like, it was perfect.
So, like, you can't bend a bullet.
He's fit. He's strong. He bombs it. Yeah, that's horrible for golf, I guess.
Yeah. Same thing with DJ, right?
Yeah. No, God forbid you should be fit and an athlete. You know.
Yeah. How dare they get strong and flexible? Just
playing a professional sport and being a professional athlete. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, you have to be fit, no doubt, in order to play this game. Let's see, Frank, have you been to the Masters?
No, I've never been there.
Never been there.
Still on my bucket list.
Brent, you have not, or yes?
No, don't talk about it, guys. I don't want to know. Our chief executive's over there at the moment. So
yeah. I have been there.
Go job, Jason.
There he is.
There it is, Jay.
This was you saw what I was trying to do there. You wanted to point, so
I'm just trying to compete with your hat, Mike.
I let him in.
Mine is put away. It's packed away somewhere, and I couldn't go pull it out quickly. I have a black one, so we could have went black and white.
You could have.
I'll go with you, Frank, at some stage.
Well,
yeah, that sounds great.
No,
man.
we will. We should all go together. The experience for those of you that have never been to the Masters, you should go. Like Frank said, it's a bucket list trip to be able to go and watch the tournament, or at least watch practice round days. I enjoyed going to practice round days. I enjoy watching the tournament on TV because now I know a lot more about the golf course and where they are and what it really, really looks like. How big things are, stuff like that.
I think we have the same issue with Royal Melbourne here in Australia. You don't, and obviously same course designer, Alistair McKenzie, but you don't understand the undulations and the changes in from tee to green on some of those holes, and if you see it on TV. So it's good to be able to see it live and see what those greens are actually like and how many humps and hollows are in those fairways.
Yeah, I mean, you just take the hill coming up the hill, Jay, on 18.
Or just walking down 10. 10 is
and
like
walking
really
down 10. It's the same hill, right?
It's like we went down where Bubba hit it from, and like he hit it from nowhere, and it's crazy how much hook he had on that ball. But it's very, very steep. Even number 1 has like a huge dip, and then it goes back up, and then 2 is straight downhill too.
Right.
So it's you don't see any of those. I mean, some of the camera angles you can sort of get an idea, but it's pretty crazy how up and down it is.
Yeah, it's and I bring back to physical fitness. You got to be fit to even walk Augusta. It's that hilly.
Not according to Brandel.
No. Just go and hit golf balls and you'll be fit enough to play golf. I think that's his opinion, isn't it? I've seen floating around.
Yeah. Lift your heel up.
Hey, it works for Molinari.
I saw Molinari. Yeah, well, it didn't actually today. So
it didn't. I really.
In the end.
Well, in the end, yes, but he played.
It was
super.
tough actually. It was tough to see that he played really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
The back nine, the double on 15 was tough to watch. He hit a pretty good shot. It just got up in the air pretty quick and hit the tree and kicked down in the water. So that was a bit unfortunate.
There's a lot of shots mishit on 12 today.
They tried to float it in there. I don't know what they were trying to do, but like 4 out of the last 5 guys hit it short.
Yep.
The only one that hit on the green was Tiger.
Yeah.
How hard must that hole have played with that swelling wind, with the storms going past and the wind gusting and changing and moving around? That would have been a nightmare on that tee to pick a club and pick a shot.
Yeah, they have the grandstands in that well behind where the teeing ground is, and there's nothing that blocks the wind right in there. All the way up to 13 tee, all the way down the hill and all that.
Dan's got a good question for us here. He just fired it out. So this would be great because I'm already anti what they had on. The technology employed on the practice tee at the Masters, analyzing shoulder rotation, leg turn, etc., and club head speed prior to and post impact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what it's called, the Margolis or something. I don't know. That's what I heard. I've never heard of it. And there, Peter Costas was doing an analysis, and I saw a post on Instagram by Rick Silva, and I think I replied, "Yeah, great. Now all of the people that are watching this are going to be coming to the instructors, telling them about their joint mobility and muscle groups and how lacking they are in those things before they take a lesson." So yeah, I didn't really see too much benefit in it, and actually it was wrong information a lot of the time. So, which was clearly pointed out in the downswing speed and the post impact speed. So didn't really like that technology, Dan. Thought it was terrible.
Is it a step in the right direction, though? They were at least getting our golfers aware of that stuff is out there, even though it's not accurate. Is it a step in the right direction that golfers will be actually asking about that stuff now, as opposed to just shrugging it off?
I think if you're going to put any information out, put the right information out. Now they're going to be confused because they're going, oh, well, my maximum speed is 1 foot before the ball, and it should, So I think you maybe create more technical issues, and then talking about, joint movements and stuff. I don't know. I would say no.
Okay. I don't know. I disagree with you, Jason, because I think that's really part of anybody that's gone through TPI. I mean, they talk a lot about that stuff. How much can you rotate? How stable can you keep your lower body? How, if you have some kind of imbalance in your body, what can you do to balance it out? I mean, I just think it's good education, but, that's my opinion.
I'm all for education, but let's educate them correctly so that they understand it better. So because the information's out there, they're just too lazy to go get it. So go get the right information. It's everywhere. Just find the right people. Dr. Neal in Florida, Phil Cheatham. There's all these people. Chris Welsh. We can name biomechanics left, right, and center. Dr. Duffy at Penn State University. So all that information is available with an email or a phone call or a text, and they can get those people and those experts on and go through the information versus some kind of software that analyzes a video through a camera, and we don't even know if it's accurate. When we have accurate information that can be presented. So, and we can make it simple so that the regular golfer understands it without getting uber technical. So I'm all for the education part as long as, why not just do it correctly in the first place? I was always taught to do that. If you're going to do something, do it right the first time.
That's what Mom said, right?
That's what I was taught growing up.
That's what Mom said, right, Brent? What did you think of that, Brent?
They also said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I'm sorry,
Rob,
you got to speak your mind.
You do. Now, speaking of Rob Neal, he's coming to Australia. So any Aussie PGA pros, he's doing a wedge session in a couple of weeks at Royal Melbourne. So sign up for that session. But I thought it was interesting because I've used markerless 3D systems with Chris Welsh. You mentioned Chris as well, and had some good results with his stuff. But it takes time to process that, and you're using a 3D cube and 2 different camera angles. So I don't know how accurate their 3D system was being able to do it straight away.
I don't know. I think adding a little bit of education, another thing is a good thing as long as it's right. But, I wanted to talk about the coverage that the Masters gave online. And I spent lots of time streaming it, and it was pretty awesome. What you could see, being able to watch a player play a hole, click on a player, and then you watch them hit each shot. How cool is that? That's pretty neat to be able to do that. And to be able to have that technology. I thought a lot of the guys that did the announcers online were fantastic. I thought they're really, really good. Watching feature groups and stuff like that, did a really good job. And kudos to the Masters for putting that on, showing that, and being able to watch it streaming anywhere you want to be, which is neat.
We got someone on Facebook that says hi, Kelly Stipier.
Hey Kelly, how are you? Awesome to have you on.
What's up?
Yeah,
the PGA member.
That's correct. So yeah, the coverage on the Masters was spectacular online, and you could watch whenever you really wanted to watch, and watch whoever you wanted to watch whenever you wanted to watch. Which I think that technology is coming, soon to everybody, which is pretty neat. What you can do is what the Masters shows us through technology. What can you do? Pretty neat stuff. Frank, any rules violations or stuff that you saw?
No, I didn't see any violations. I saw players asking questions, which is always good, especially under a tournament of that magnitude. But no, I didn't see anything that was controversial or that would cause a stir. I did have someone contact me, Mike, that obviously has not paid a whole lot of attention to the rules because they were asking me why players were leaving the flagstick and when they were putting. So I had to tell them, well, under the new rules,
I got a question for you. I saw a rules thing today, I think it was. So I forget who it was, but a player was in, who was it? It wasn't Koepka. Maybe it was Schauffele. He was off to the right, and there was like some sand put down because I guess it was muddy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just off the rough where the pine straw normally is. And he got a lift out of there. You got a lift, drop out of they put like, not sand, but like some kind of, I don't know, it sucks up the moisture, I guess, or something. I've seen it before, and their pathways over there, they don't have brown pathways at Augusta. Everything is green. So they have some kind of green sand or green dust that goes on the pathways. So even though there's thousands of people walking on it, it never browns out. So they don't want it to look bad for TV. So they used this stuff over on this side of the hole, but it wasn't. It was normally where the pine needles would be. And then he got a drop out of it. So is that normal?
Well, the committee can put it in as a local rule. That's their job. If they felt that's an area where they didn't want players to be in, they can do that. Sure.
Yeah, he was just off the rough, but it was still on the hole. It wasn't like he was off the hole.
Yeah, that's something that the committee can do, and implement a local rule.
Hmm. Yeah. And what about the blowing of the greens off? They had sand on the greens, and they blow them off for every group, and you can request that.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
They do it on 12 all the time because the stuff comes out of the woods right there.
12 and what was the one that I saw on 16?
Mm-hmm.
When Finau was.
Too. Yep. All the pine needles and stuff when it's really windy.
Yep.
Yeah, they blow all that off. Zach Johnson's Practice swing was interesting.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Any of you guys out there saw Zach Johnson's practice swing? Let us know if you saw it. And that was funny stuff.
Abhi Banrat, he fell down.
He did when he tried to hit one under a tree.
Yeah, I think his knee went out or something underneath him and slipped and fell on his butt.
Yes, that was interesting. But yeah, no big rules, snafus, or anything, Frank. I didn't see much about anything at all. It was good.
Pretty cut and dried.
It was.
I know I'm going to be requesting the turf crew to come out and blow the green off for me from now on.
Well, you're going to leave the pin in, too, when you putt, aren't you?
No, you are.
Oh, yeah, I keep trying to take it out on you.
Yeah.
I did. I tried to take it out on him.
Do you know that I'm going to Ireland to play golf in June?
Yeah, no, don't want to know you about it. Go away.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, by that time, that'll be round number 1,000 for him this year.
Yeah, I'll be out. Yeah, probably. I'll be up there.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, Jay plays more golf than most golf pros combined.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's on tour.
I only played one round in Australia, Woodland. And I only played 12 holes and we got rained out.
But then you gave the presentation and you went and hit golf balls. No, you just go to the bar and have a beer.
I didn't even go on the course. Just hit balls.
Just makes no sense.
Oh, what a day, though. Very, very exciting. If any of you guys have watched the Masters, it was awesome today. Just to see him, what he's gone through, and for him to win again. There's no doubt he moves the needle. I saw a graphic about tweets on Twitter, and as the Masters went on, how many of them contained the word Tiger, and it was all over the world. And the Tiger effect is definitely happening right now. So we're going to see him go make his tour all around in his 2005 mock turtleneck all around
I like the mock.
That was awesome.
I do too. I think
he brought it back into style now. I mean, we're going to be selling those in the golf shops.
He wore it 4 days in a row.
He did. All different colors. He brought it back.
Yep.
You know, everybody's going to be screaming and crying. Is it going to be a collar? Is it a collar? You can't play this course. No, can you? Yes. You know, all that's going to happen again this summer. Can't wait.
Don't get me started on dress code, okay?
Maybe it's time to loosen things up to get more people into playing golf too.
You're right, and I think that's part of the reason why you wore it. Yes, for sure. So, any final thoughts, you guys, on today's episode, Masters Edition?
It was a great tournament. It was fun to watch. You know, like you say, Tiger moved the needle. I think golf got a huge boost this weekend, and that's all good. That's all good for us. You know, hopefully that means more lessons, more people coming to our facilities, more players. We need that today.
We do. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I think it was great. It was a shame to see the Aussies go backwards when they were up thereabouts. But if someone had to win that isn't wearing green and gold, then obviously Tiger's a good choice.
There you go. Yes, Adam Scott played very well. You guys should be proud. So it's good. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. You can catch our audio of this show on iTunes and Spotify and just about everywhere else. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to it. It's pretty cool. And the video portion of our show is on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. You guys have a super week. We'll be back next Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good night, you guys.
Thanks, guys. See you guys.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mike Fay Golf Show. This has been a Mike Fay Golf production. Follow us today on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are Mike Fay Golf, Team MFG.